Rufai, I can only address you
Minister,
in
you will not,
forum like this.
you will not allow me speak. The problem is you will not allow me speak. You said, Minister.
Because you don't know what you are speaking.
But let me speak.
You see, what many who go on Arise TV to go and be having altercation with Rufai Oseni don't understand is that Rufai is actually one of the easiest and the simplest persons to have conversations with. It's the type of examiners I used to like way back at school. The way they will set their questions, they can be verbose, they can have long preambles, but at the end of the day, their questions that they always land on are usually the simplest. Rufai Oseni, for instance, is only setting the tone to give you a way to say, impress us. For instance, in this case now, however long the preamble, the angles, the tangents Rufai Oseni did and setting the tone, look at the simple question he landed on. How much? Oton. See the way I simplify the question. How much per kilometer of the cost of this super coastal highway from Lagos to Calabar? Everybody who has altercation with Rufai Oseni on Arise, if you go and check, they are usually politicians. And it is usually because the simple questions is what they don't want you to ask. However simple that question is, they don't want you to ask it. Like in this case now, I suspect that the minister did not want that question asked. Because if he says, for instance, that the cost per kilometer is 4 billion, he knows what Rufai and his audience will be doing next. Is to be looking at 4 billion multiplied by 700 kilometers. Is it 750? They say they are very little. And the figure at the end of the day will be too alarming. So the minister would rather that let's not look at the cost. Let's focus on the benefits that this road will bring. Opening up that axis, this life, that life business, and up coastal life. You understand? Yeah. So let's not talk about the cost. And this is it for me. And I'm not here in defense of the minister. We all know truly, except we want to be mischievous, that the cost per kilometer along that stretch on that corridor cannot be uniform. And the reasons are simple. Number one, the terrains are not the same. For instance, from VI all the way to Lafiaji, Okwaja, Ekwa-Akete, Solu all the way to Eleko, even all the way to Orimedu Museyo, Lekki Free Trade Zone, Dangote Refinery, Lakampine Tropicana, all the way to Folu. That is the real Lekki, not the old phase one. The real Lekki is at Folu. You see that all these axes I mentioned, they are largely swampy. It simply means what you are going to be encountering in these places will not be the same cost as when you get on solid land. Now, these axes I just mentioned and that corridor, you are going to be clearing and you are going to be sand filling. So the cost cannot be the same as, say for instance, after Folu, you enter Okunse, Igbogun, Odeomi, all the way to, all this boundary between Lagos and Ogun, and that's between that Ibejuleke and Ogun, then towards Ondo State. Last time I went to visit that area to go and check it, it's solid. Most of it is solid land. So you're not going to be clearing before sand filling. But that's not also all. There are places too where the soil you will meet are not strong. They are too loose to place any weight on. Otherwise, they will just fail. So you would have to excavate them and replace to get a new turf for desired result. So cost cannot be uniform. In some places, it will be cheaper. In some places, it will be higher. In some places, it will be the same as some previous other places. So these are where Rufai expected the minister to impress all of us. But I know the fear of the minister. It is that if he says average of 4 billion per kilometer, my multiply here and 1 year. But the minister does not want us to focus on that. He rather want us to focus on the benefits this is going to be bringing to us. Now, that said, there's also an interesting part in that interview where the minister said he is a professor in practice. Whatever reason, Rufai decided to take the minister on by asking which institution Rufai is mischievous. Don't tell me anything. Why would you ask? He's an engineer. You now ask him which institution issued him certificate. Is that necessary? Focus on the road, Rufai. Focus on the benefits of the road. I know a lot of people who didn't necessarily get certificates but are good at what they are doing because they have done it repeatedly and over time. I know. I have one Egbon from Obudu. Egbon Agba Justin Chalingo. You can check him out. The day he told us he didn't go to school. But if this man writes, I dey go check dictionary. Even this guy, VDM, sometimes I watch his video like this. And I say, and this boy say he didn't go to school. You understand? But if you have practiced something over time, you can be professor in practice like David Umahi without prejudice at all. If you have practiced something over a period of time, you can be so skilled in that field that you are already like a professor. But let's face it also. Minister David Umahi, it has become characteristics. Let's face it now. You shut questions down a lot. And this is for the minister directly now. I attended at least about 2 or 3 of your town halls on this coastal road with stakeholders along this corridor. And I saw the way you shut questions down. I see it. And I think it should be properly addressed. Pay attention to it, Honorable Minister Dave Umahi. Pay attention to this. You shun questions a lot. I don't want to mention instances because I don't want people to be thinking and bringing out too much errors. But I will only use the one that Rufai Oseni himself referenced in that interview with you just today. Today is 7th October 2025, right? Tuesday. That has to do with Win Homes. You see that woman? I saw where you asked police to collect money from her and they should take her out. Security. Not a good sign. Nigerians would like somebody that is not tired carrying them along what he is doing on the project and having human face to whatever he is doing, because they are humans. Citizens are humans, not robots. So I feel if this can be addressed, all the best. But I see no reason anybody should have altercation with a Rufai Oseni on TV, except maybe they don't want to answer a particular question. It's nothing. It's an opportunity to lecture him. He set the tone for you. He opened the floor. Things he didn't know. Expose him to it. That's the way I see it. You're welcome.